Hello and welcome all to the installation video for the indicator. Let's get started. In order to install the indicator, we have some prerequisites. First and the foremost is the Amibroker software itself. This can be downloaded from the Amibroker website, which is amibroker.com. So on the screen, if you see, I have amibroker.com. You have the download button over here. You can download a free trial. So Amibroker is a technical analysis and a charting program. This one is available for free. This is a trial version. In case you like it, you can purchase it. There are two versions which are available. One is the 32-bit and another one is the 64-bit. For us to work, we require 32-bit indicator. So you click on download button, it would start downloading it. I already had this software downloaded in order to save time. So it's the same software which has been re-downloaded. So let's start with the installation. So this is the Amibroker. It was downloaded in a particular location. I go to that location on my Windows machine, run as administrator. It prompts and asks if the setup should be started. So I give it the authority. Welcome to the Amibroker Setup wizard. Click next, accept the agreement. This is the default location where Amibroker would be set up. So let me show it to you. Since I had a prior version, I will remove that so that it is done from fresh. So right now I don't have this directory created. That would be for most of your cases since you are installing it for the first time. Click next, choose the option full installation, install. So it takes less than a minute for Amibroker to set up. This part is done. We will not launch it now. We will launch it later. So now the Amibroker has been installed. Wonderful. Now let's go to the installation of the indicator. As soon as you purchase the license for the indicator, you would be provided with the indicator software which has to be installed. So it would look something like this. NimblrTA for Amibroker. You right click. This is the exe file. So you right click, run as administrator. In case it asks for some permissions, please allow it so that permissions can be granted and it can be installed. So it asks, do you want to install it? I provided yes. Welcome to the NimblrTA setup wizard. Click next. It will ask for the installation password. Once you provide the details for the license generation, in that case, the password and the details would be shared with you so that you can start the installation. Let me put in the password. Next. Now there are few libraries which are required for it to work correctly. First one is Microsoft Visual C++ 2013 redistributable version. So this is the version which is required. I have it already installed on my machine. So either I can go for a repair if I think that might be corrupt, or I can close it for now. In your case, in case you do not have this library, there would be an option install over here. You must click on the install option because this is the one which will make the indicator work correctly on your setup. Otherwise, there might be some environmental issues. So make sure you install x84 indicator and also the 32-bit one. So I will do a repair over here. So it will reinstall it basically. This is included as a part of indicator and must not be downloaded from outside because the version is specific. Now x64 is now complete. I click the close button. It will bring up another prompt and it will ask the same indicator for x86. So again, I have to repair it. In case you do not have it installed, make sure you press the install button. Setup was successful. I close it. And now my NimblrTA setup is also complete. So you can click on the product website. Okay, fine. Cool. So now our indicator is installed. Now let's start our Amibroker. So this is the 32-bit Amibroker which was installed recently. The path where it is installed, the path which we had provided was C: program files. Over here we have Amibroker. This is the path which was installed, right? And you should see in the plugins, there should be a plugin, NimblrTA_P.dll. There can be some scenarios where your firewall or your virus protection softwares restrict the installation of new files. So in case that is the case, you should uninstall or disable those virus scanners so that the installation can be smooth. So nothing much more for this. So it just takes around a minute for the installation for Amibroker and another minute for installation of the indicator. So within 2 minutes, you would be getting started. So now let's start with the video where we see how this indicator would be used. So double click on Amibroker. So you see 32-bit over here. This is the one which we had installed. As soon as you open it, you would see a username and a password. So for this to get activated, you need to purchase a license, and the license can be purchased from the website which is provided. So the website would be kkonline.org/NimblrTA. So, so this is how the website would look like. You have the features, the charts, some of the sample charts, details, and later on you have the pricing available. So you can have various pricing which is available. So let me provide a username. So I should like to use username Krishna Khanna. I would use it. Next is generation of this password. For this, you need to provide the hardware ID. Hardware ID is located next to the login button. So if you click on this tiny icon, it will copy paste into the clipboard the hardware ID. So I have clicked over here and I get a hardware ID. So let's see how it is. This hardware ID is to be provided for generation of the license, right? So as soon as you provide me this hardware ID, the license would be generated, and then in that case, you can start using the indicator. So I copy paste this license. This would be provided to you once you purchase the indicator. Put it in the password, click login, and it will show thanks for registration. So congratulations, now the indicator is set up on your machine. You have the Amibroker and the license has been activated, so it unlocks the full potential of the indicator. So let's see how it goes. There would be a prompt for the first time that this is a non-certified third-party plugin, so it is not related to Amibroker in any ways. So it has been written outside and it's a third-party plugin, so that is why it asks. So click OK, and this is how your Amibroker would look. So ensure that you have the 32-bit Amibroker available. This is 32-bit. Click OK. For it to work, we need to make some changes for the intraday usage. Let's see what those changes are. First, go to File, Database Settings. By default, you would have end of the day over here. We will choose 5 minutes. Then we click on Intraday Settings. We provide the time for the markets. So it is 9:15 when the market starts and 15:30 when the market ends. And this is the day session only. We press OK. That's all. Now let's change the look and feel, but before that, let's open a blank chart. Right click over here, you have a plus sign. You click over here, it shows new blank chart. Click that, and now we would add the indicator. So when you click on charts over here, you would have NimblrTA AFL. So when you click on this, you would have 3 AFLs available. Double click each of the AFL in that sequence and the indicator would be available. Double click, double click, double click. close the upper window, we don't need it. Right now we don't have any data source available, so we will import the data. That is why you see the standard data available in this format. Let's import the data first. For importing the data, it's quite simple. Either you can use a real-time data source, which would be doing this in live scenarios when the market are available and they are open. Otherwise, you can import the data later on as well. So for now, let's import the data. So I go to import wizard, pick files. So this is for end of the day. So I have some data which is available. Yeah. So I will choose chart.csv. So this is the data which is available. I click on next. So I've picked all the files. These are the CSV files where the indicator would read those data and then plot on the chart and do the analysis. So I click next. Now it shows me one of the sample data and I have to map it with the columns. So first one, as you see over here, for this particular data, this is very specific data I'm using. So this is the YTD, year, month and date. Then next one is your time. So I choose time over here. This is close, open, high and low. So I have the data mapping available. So this data would be imported in Amibroker. And now if you see, I would have Adani ports data available. So now your indicator is up and live and it's working fine. So let's change the look and feel for it to look even better. So let's go to tools, preferences, access and grid, make the background black in color so that we don't have much disturbance or noise. It's good for the visibility as well. We apply it. Another thing which can be checked over here is the intraday settings. So when you click on intraday, make sure you have start time of the interval. This is the recommended settings. In case this is not the one by default, click this one and apply and then click OK. So this is how your indicator would look like. Now let me minimize it a little bit so it's visible. Okay, so now whatever data was imported, it is now available over here, and this is how it would look like on the charts. I would just expand it more so that it's visible even better. Okay, so this is how it would look like. So you have three things over here. This is the charting pane where you have the template and the charts which are available. Data which I had imported was until 26th of April, and similar data that is yesterday. Today is 27th, so until yesterday the data was available. So I have imported the same data, and the data starts from 9:15 and it goes until 3:30. So what you see on screen is the first chart. Second one is the charting for the CCI. This is CCI 8 for 5 minutes. So this is a 5-minute chart. This one is a multi-time frame, and this one is for CCI 34 for 5 minutes and also CCI 34 for 30 minutes. So all this is available and the template would look like this. In case you want to have another template which is open, just open another blank chart, click on the indicators and these would be available. You can close this pane, so this is not required. So you can open as many tabs as you want, that's not a problem. So now let's do the analysis and see how it goes. So what you see on screen right now are some candles, and let's see for the customization. So you have the PSAR data. If I want to change the PSAR color, so you can change that, that's something small. And apart from this, time slots have been provided. So for example, there's time slot begin and end. There are multiple time slots. So based on which the blue background would occur, the blue rectangle or the blue square, which is available over here, what you see on the screen. So these can be configured each day for the usage. So for example, I want to change it from 10:30 instead of 9:57. So I would make 10, I will make 30 over here, and again it will begin until 10:30. So this is how it would get modified. So as you would have noticed, the background charts get updated with the colors. So this is customizable. Each day you would have to change the time with respect to the panchang. Next one is zigzag on and off. So you can just click on zigzag on and off. So it would give you the indication of what the values of high and lows are, and if it is a higher high or higher low or lower low or lower high, those would be available. So you click OK. So in order to form the ORB, we need first three candles. This is the candle 1, 9:15, 9:20 and 9:25. The highest of this candle and the lowest of these three candles form the base values, which is the ORBH, which is 764.1 over here, the blue one, and 751.45, which is the orange one. So these are the highest values. And the first candle high and low would give you the details for the BO high and BO low. So this is the first candle. The open and close of this value would provide you the details. So now let's get started further. In order to have the exploration working, you right click over here and do the analysis. So I right click on the first indicator, I do the analysis, and now I have the analysis pane. We need to make some settings over here for it to work, because by default the settings are for one day and we are working on an intraday level which is of 5 minutes. So we need to make the changes. So we go to settings, we change position from long and short, we change daily to 5 minutes, we save it. Second one is we want to sync the chart when we select it. So anything which is selected, it would be available. Second one is the auto repeat option. So the auto repeat option is by default 5 minutes. That means every 5 minutes, if you click on auto repeat, this option is ticked. So it would do the exploration after every 5 minutes. So this is recommended since you would be working on an intraday system and you would like to have the alerts or the exploration results or the analysis results after every 5 minutes. So this should run again and again rather than you clicking it when you want it. So I would click it. So now all the alerts would be available after every 5 minutes. If you want to change the time, you can change it 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 minutes, whatever you require, you can change it. So that's the part of settings over here. Another setting, what we need to do is right now I have some uh, symbols which are available over here. I have imported 50 symbols and now let me do the analysis. So for example, let me go to a particular symbol, Tata Steel, for example. So this is how it would look like. So you can see some arrows over here, the green arrow and the red arrow. Green arrow is the first buy signal for the day and the red arrow is the first sell signal of the day. Now if I want to do the analysis for this, let's see how it will be done. So I don't want to do it on all the symbols, I want to do it on the current symbol, which is Tata Steel. So I would choose current over here. I can have a filter created of the symbols out of 1500, 1700 stocks. I can create a filter and then use it as well. And I don't want to analyze all the quotes, but I want to analyze for a particular day, which was the last day. In case you are using it live in the market, make it on the current bar because the recent bar would be analyzed. So for example, this is the bar or this is the last bar. So this is the one which will be analyzed, but I want to show it for the whole day. What has happened when the alerts were triggered. So I would do it for one day. So one day is 26th, the full day. The analysis would be done for that. So I go for one day over here. You can also do it on basis of some date ranges. I would do explore. So this is how the outcome would be. So at 9:45, I get an alert, which is a reversal alert. And then 2:40, I get another alert, which is the exit alert. So this is just a sample how it works. So this is 9:45. This is the alert for reversal, right? I have the targets available over here. Let me just scroll down. Okay. So the target are 549, 562, 575. These are the targets. and then I have the stop loss as well. Let me minimize this first. So this is the alert. It happened at 9:45. The close time at that moment was 535.35. ORB values are written over here. In case you don't need it, you can just remove them. So you can remove those columns if you don't require those. DTR values are provided, DTRL is provided, so you know how much is the scope available at that moment of time. So I know from this one that the DTRL, that is 1.51% scope is available, and this one is a 2.23 margin stock. Now you have the targets and you have the stop loss available. This has gone beyond the previous day high. So in that case, this part becomes yes, and it's color coded as green for indication. So now let's see how this target gets mapped. So the target is 549, 562. So let's see where the targets have been reached. So 547 was the target that was hit over here, and the stop loss was 522. So at no moment after the alert it ever reached the stop loss. So in that case, we are still in the trade after this level, and the trade moves on, and we know when we want to exit. So exit was at this moment of time. This is when your CCI 34 5 minutes go below -60, and CCI 34 30 minutes go below 110. So this is the point of exit, which is marked as red. So in that case, maximum what you could have achieved over here was 546, and exit was at this moment of time. So next time, whenever the CCI 8 goes above 100, that is the point of exit. So you would exit at somewhere at this particular level. Exit signal was provided here, so you exit at the next CCI 8 peak to minimize any losses if you have. So looks quite promising over here. So that is how it works. Now if you want to do it for any other stock, you can do that. So let's see which stock we can look at, or if you want to do it for all the stocks, so you that also can be done. So you do for all the stocks. So let's do for Cipla now. So let's see what happened to Cipla. So we will do it for Cipla. Current stock is Cipla. I do a explore again. So only Cipla is selected over here. It gave an alert at 9:50 a.m. when the close was 567.10. These were the DTR values. So it is a 3.62 value for DTR1, and 1.83 is the DTR which is left at that moment of time. The target type is DTR target type. The condition type is R, which is reversal. This is a buy signal. Target are available 577, 581, 590, and there's a stop loss as well. And this also went beyond the previous day high. So this is how your indicator would look like. If you don't want some fields, you can just remove those fields. So it's quite flexible. So this is a functionality given by Amibroker itself. So I don't want the DTR ORB value. I don't want DTR value. I don't want these values. I just remove it. So that is how it would look like. So you can customize it as you want. So now let's see how it goes. 9:50 was the first alert. This is 9:50 a.m. This was the first alert, and the close was at 567.1. So this is the point of alert, and later on the stock went up till 572. Exit was given at this point in case you are still in trade and you have not exited or never booked the profit. First of all, you should have booked the profit, because what you see the Fibonacci value 572.554, this is the Fibo 1.618, that is enough for the day. So it is quite close, 572.8 and 572.55. The Fibonacci has been exceeded, so you should have exited at this point because the target have been already achieved for the Fibonacci. In case you didn't exit, then the exit would be available at this moment of time because the momentum is reducing, CCI 3430. So this is how the indicator would work. You can do analysis, and you can take the trades based on this analysis. Next one is in case you want to customize it. In that case, it's quite simple as well. So there are two files in the includes. First one is your file for the DTR. So in case you have a new DTR value or a new stock, by default 172 stocks have been provided for the DTR values. In case you have some new stock and the DTR values are available, you can use it and update it. Or in case the symbol is something different in your case, by default all the NEC symbol names have been taken. In case you have a different symbol, so you could use that as well. You can update this file and save it and do a re-exploration. Next one is the exploration part. So now, for example, if I want to add a particular field which is open after this close, so I just go over here, I do open, a field will be available, and I just save this, and I again go to my exploration, I do explore. So after the close I have the open values as well. So this can be configured based on your requirements. Again, if I don't want these DTR values to be available, I don't want to sort it later, but I don't wish to have them all together, so I can just comment those out and it will not be available. If you want to customize the indicator, you can do that. Now, for example, you want only the buy signals for the day. So you just use filter equal to buy, and now you would have only the buy symbols. So these are all the buy symbols, all are buy, right? Next, if we want only the sell signals, that can be done. Again, if you want to customize it further, that can also be done based on your requirements. So the indicator gives you a canvas with the base values and the base part which is available to you. What you want to do after this, that is completely up to you. In case you want to use it for algo trading, that can be easily done. In case you want to customize the explorations the way you wish to see it, that again can be done. In case you want to sort out the data based on the DTR values, that again can be done. Let's see how that can be done. So I would like to have buy and the sell signals for DTR of 1.62 and 2.23. So DTR1 equal to 1.62 or DTR1 equal to 2.23. So let's see. So over here, there are a lot of stocks which are available with the DTR1 values, and I want to sort out only those values which are of margin 0.25 to up till 0.5. So for that, I know the DTR values and I would change those. I just save it and do a re-exploration. So what you see over here now, only the DTR1 where the values is 1.62 or the values is 2.23, those are the stocks which are available. So for example, Tata Steel is one of those stocks, HCL, ICICI, SBI, ITC, these are those stocks which are available. What you see F over here in condition type is the fresh breakout, R is the reversal, P is the pyramiding or the pullback, O is the open session trading. Buy and sell, these are the single symptoms which are available if you want to go long or short in the trade. The targets are available. If it is a sell signal, then it would reduce the targets because it would be on the downside. If it is a buy, then it would increase and you have the stop loss available. Exits are also provided. For example, there's a buy exit which is provided. So at the time when the system thinks the exit should be there, so it would provide that. So for example, 240 was the exit and 945 was the entry. So let's see how it goes. 945 was the entry. Entry was at this moment of time, which is 945, and 240. At this moment of time, we had the exit signal available. So the indicator is tightly bound to the concept of NimblrTA. Once you are familiar with the concept, the indicator would be complementing that particular concept what you are using. So this is how the customizations can be done. So this is the param file as I was showing it to you. So now what I have done, I have filtered all the 0.25 to 0.5 margin stocks. So similarly, if you want stocks only with values which have close price greater than 300 or greater than 500, that also can be done. Anything can be done. So it's an open canvas. How you want to use it, those would be available. Now, if you want only the buy alerts for fresh brio, so you can update it and you can use only to get that particular value. So if I want only the buy values, so you could just remove all these and have only reversal buy, or you could have re-entry buy, or only the fresh BO buy. Only those signals can be available. So this is how the NimblrTA indicator would work. So you have the chart available over here. You have the exploration, which is available over here, and customizations can be done in param and the param2 file. File is basically related to the DTR. However, the param2 file, that is related to the exploration and how the outcome is to be analyzed. For chart, you have the NimblrTA AFL 1, 2, and 3. All three would give you the chart. So that is how you would be working with this indicator. As in when, if you have any queries, you can reach out to me. Thank you so much for your time.